Hey everyone, welcome back to Redditly. Today's video is titled, Wife Cheated on Me, Both 23, No Idea What to Do or How to Feel. Please make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Let's get right into it. I'm broken. So my wife and I have been together 8 years, married 4 with 2 kids, daughter 4, son 3. We fell pregnant young and got married young, and up until recently I thought we were a happily married couple. We've had arguments before, but I always felt that we'd resolve the problems because we'd both seemingly be happy again. But for about the last 6 to 8 months, she has told me she has been feeling disconnected and that I wasn't being emotionally open with her, so we talked more and I felt like I was being completely open. But she's just much more of a passionate person, while I suppose I'm more introverted. About 2 to 3 months ago, she reconnected with an old friend, and I was glad that she seemed happy because she had a friend to talk to aside from me. Around the same time, I got a job after losing my last one due to my last company going bust and us having financial difficulties. The new job was night shift and the hours were difficult, usually 3 a.m. till 12 p.m. So when I was home, I was tired. My wife kept complaining that I was home more, but I wasn't really home because I was always sleeping. So I stopped having naps during the day, which was from 1 till 3 while the kids napped, and was forcing myself to stay up till midnight to spend time with her. It was hard, but I thought that at least she could see I was trying my best to spend time with her and connect with her. The week leading up to Christmas, she seemed off, and when I asked her about it, she said she didn't want to ruin Christmas, but I knew something was off the day before Christmas. I sat her down and pressed her. She told me she was having feelings for this friend. I was devastated and I didn't want to just cut him out of her life. I thought that if they were just feelings, then surely she would see that she still loved me as much as I love her, and she'd be able to deal with her feelings. 2 days later after Christmas, she admitted to loving him as much as she loved me, which hurt like hell. But I still believed that she'd see that I was still there for her, and when she said she needed time to figure out how she felt, I gave her time. Only 2 days later, I said I would be okay with him coming over to watch movies, the plan being that when I got home, the 3 of us would go to the cinema with the kids. So I went to bed around 12, got up to 2, and got to work. They were still awake watching movies when I left. Work ran late, so they took the kids to the movies without me, which sucked, but I didn't want the kids to miss out. They were still out when I got home, so I cleaned the house and then I played some Fallout while I waited. When they eventually got home, he drove off straight away and my wife was visibly upset. After about an hour of talking and trying to make her feel better, she admitted that after I left for work, she had intercourse with her friend, that it only lasted a minute and they wouldn't finish because they felt guilty thinking of me, but it still happened. I was effing gutted, my heart broken, and I cried like a bee for hours. She explained that while she loved me, she wasn't in love with me and hadn't been for a while. We tried making it work for the following week, but I feel like I've fallen out of love with her, only for her to now say that she actually is still at least a little in love with me. Currently, we've been sleeping in different rooms, but it's so confusing and I am not coping. I want to stay so I can still see my kids, but I can't stand the constant flipping from trying to be friends to fighting and yelling. Any advice or input into the situation would be greatly appreciated. Apologies for the long post too. And the second video is titled, Me, 41 male with my wife, 36 female of 7 years, wife cheated, complicated story, trying to decide next steps, looking for advice and experience. Please make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let's get right into it. Okay, so it's kind of a long story, so bear with me. Me, Chris, 41, her, Claire, 36, have been married 7 years, have a 5-year-old. First, background. We met in San Fran. I don't think it was casual encounters. I was miserably married at the time, way done, and posted where I thought I'd be moving to shortly. Lived in Texas. I guess I needed some excitement from a roommate marriage as well. Emails led to texting and calls, which led to in-person, which led to a year of long distance, which led to where we are now. I had kept my real name/ID hidden as well as it's Colorado. Then wife found out, outed me to current wife prior to us meeting. Current wife didn't know I was married at the time. We end up meeting in person at a quaint bar in California, and the local town drunk tells us we're gonna get married. She was obviously pissed and hurt that I had strung her along, not told her I was married, and lied about my real ID, and had backed out of times to meet up with her sooner. Closeness, intercourse, and intimacy are difficult with a kid and each of us working demanding jobs. It's difficult to live with, about 65% of the time, a B, and or focused on her job a lot of the nights and weekends. A year ago, her father passes away and her new job is extra stressful. In May, she stays out all night after getting pissed out drunk with her new friends, including her hairdresser, supposedly straight. A weekend later, same thing. She says she's been upset and stressed and just got out of hand. Don't think there was any cheating, but definitely a possibility. Trying to salvage her sanity and the relationship, 4 months later, we agree for her to quit her job and spend time with the kid before case starts. It's a good change, she's happier, we're closer. So a few weeks ago, we go out on a date night, have drinks, and she starts telling me that I should have an affair and that she wants us to F more and that she's had a hard time being connected to me. She's always a little jealous, so it struck me as odd. Told her if she had something to confess, it was a good time. She said no. I checked the Chrome history on the home computer and don't see a whole lot, but some Facebook messaging history, but not the actual messages, with some guy she's not friends with. Decide to drop on a keylogger, and when I get back from a trip to see some odd messages, but I can't see the other side. She does most of her Facebook on her phone anyway. She catches me snooping in Chrome history, told her I was weirded out by her talk, but she acts like I'm crazy for thinking anything is up. She starts deleting her Chrome history and then out. Nothing else really shows on the keylogger through the next week. Now, a couple nights ago, we go to her former company's Xmas party. She's kind of drunk. Get introduced to the guy I noticed on Facebook messages in the Chrome history. I see out of the corner of my eye an odd look from him to her. She grabs my hand and we head for the door. I go to the bathroom before we leave and she's 60 feet down the hall again standing next to him. We get the car from valet and I ask, "What's your relationship with that guy?" She says, "I don't know him." I say I saw the look, you got mad, and then you went back. Denies but won't look in my direction. I demand to see her phone and don't find anything. Finally she says, "I effed him," and starts bawling. She says it was a one-time and a big mistake. She's been crying ever since. Since then, piecing together what she said and what I snooped on, it was twice, once about 2 months ago, once about a month ago. They had a Facebook messaging every so often in between. They had met at an industry event, lots of coworkers they are both involved in. She said he pursued her, was excited that someone was romancing her. 2 weeks after meeting was the first incident. Then about a month later, right after our family vacation to New York. She says she went to see a couple of movies back to back, not unusual for her to go to a movie alone, but maybe not 2 in a row. She had sent him some boudoir pics meant for me as recent as a week ago. I didn't see any plans for any more hookups, but who knows? She says she wasn't in love with him and is in love with me. I've run the gamut from completely pissed off to understanding and trying to figure out what was missing between us. We've been getting closer in the last 6 months, and especially since she quit her job. I know she didn't do this to spite me, otherwise she would have flaunted it and is genuinely upset. I told her I understood I had done something similar with my ex-wife with her. She understood the worst part was lying to me and told me it was once, not twice. Even after being caught, her confession, and making me feel stupid when she caught me snooping. She also said that affair made her want me more, kind of woke up her S side again after 5 years of not being a priority for her. I love her, I don't want our kids to have divorced parents, never met anyone I'm more attracted to, still, never entertained pursuing anyone myself because of that. I'm kind of wrecked and in a quandary. My head tells me if we split up, I could keep all the things I love about her, friendship and maybe continued intercourse, without the worry of investing in the romantic side of us and the hassle of living with her. Heart tells me people are fallible and make mistakes and deserve a second chance, kind of like she gave me when we met. So, if you're still here, thoughts on any or all of the following. 1. Does she get a pass because of what I did before we met? 2. Is she being contrite because she would need to go back to work if we split? 3. Should I have an affair sanctioned? Does that help? 4. Am I deluding myself that people can grow stronger from these types of situations? 5. Can you be in love with someone and cheat on them? 6. Is it weird that the lying disturbs me more than the fact that she had intercourse with someone else? 7. For the ladies, is this a time when beautiful women seek to validate their attractiveness as they approach 40?